I didn't even know 3 years ago what UFO really stood for. And I guess I associated all of that reality or imagination with tabloids or people who were bizarre. And it turned out that one of my fellow students that I had gone to film school with, whose father was a very well-known Princeton historian, had an experience with his family, his two children, where they actually sighted something outside their house that seemed to be so bizarre to fit into the category of an unidentified flying object. He also knew nothing about this, but he began to talk to people, research it, and then became totally obsessed with the field. I hadn't seen him for years, and I ran into him at a party for the man who was our teacher. And we started talking. He asked me what was going on in my life, and he told me what was going on in his. And when I heard this story, suddenly my curiosity was piqued, because here was a sort of a pragmatic, logical guy who now was into a world of such unknown and such strange potential.
It was daylight when this happened. It was 4 in the afternoon, February 25th in 1987. And it came out of clouds there, approaching, and then it came and stopped, framed right between the two trees here. And we came up here watching, and then it comes around and it moves over between those trees in the space there, and it just stops there for a while, almost as if it's watching us. And it seemed close. It seemed close. It was about the size of a car, I think. Little smaller than a helicopter. Police helicopters fly over the valley. You can see them, you can judge the size. And it started to descend over the valley. We went over to here. We watched it go down and move out that way. There were fewer branches then, you could see it clearly. But what happened to it, I don't know, because as it moved to the point where it was about a quarter of a mile away, it was suddenly gone. We couldn't see it anymore. It didn't land. We don't know what happened to it.
Weren't you scared?
I don't think it was really a feeling of fear. I felt a feeling of awe. I felt this was strange. It was rather wonderful. It was very different. I was very excited by it. I was too afraid to leave my children alone on the roof and run back downstairs to get my camera and then get film and run back up. I wouldn't want to leave them alone, and also I felt it would probably be gone by the time that I got back, and I'd never seen one before. But this was real. It was a real experience. You could see how the metal reflected the glint of the sun as it wobbled a little bit as it hovered in the sky. It was a real round circular disc, the dome on top, a shallow dome on the bottom, no portholes that I could see. It made no sound, absolutely no sound, and you could see no way that it was flying, what was holding it up, what was making it move. It was very strange. There were no wings, there was no exhaust. And from that moment on, I took the subject very, very seriously. And within the next few months of that, I had my children draw pictures to show what their impression was of what it was they had seen. And these are some drawings they made. This was my 9-year-old daughter the day I saw the UFO. Here's another one depicting the ladder we have on our roof. It's supposed to be me and the kids out there on the roof. Then my son, Scott, did this drawing. See, he wrote 4:30 p.m. It's February 25th, 1987. And to try to depict this wobble of the UFO, he drew these wavy lines there to try to show how it was moving. Now, what I'm saying is, I don't know that these are built on another planet, or there's no way to know. How can you know unless you've actually seen occupants? Unless you've seen people flying it and they're not people. You know, I didn't see that. I saw the craft. And so what I'm saying is that, yes, these craft exist. The technology does exist. Who has it? You know, who's holding these secrets? Whether there is a space civilization involved or whether it's advanced earthly technology, I don't know. That feels